All right, guys, what's going on? This is Carlos, CEO of G.A.R Capital, here to do the weekly video for you guys. My apologies. Nick is actually stepped out of town for the weekend, so he will do the 5 stocks we're watching. That'll be posted tonight. Anthony already did the futures videos, and he's out of the office for the rest of the evening. So here I am, backing everyone up. Hope everyone's having a nice evening. Excuse me. We just did the Packers-Rams thing. 5 people had the score right within a point. It's insane. A lot of people had 35-28. 5 people did. So pretty cool. So my apologies for running a little late. Let's go ahead and do the recap of the last week, and then we'll go ahead and do what we're looking at for this week. So let's take a look at it. Just ahead of time, really nothing open for the most part. The only thing I believe that's open is some unusual options activity that I have on, I believe, CCJ. That's what I have open. That's about it. Other than that, but that's for December. So let's go over the week, and it was an ugly one. Again, burn the tape type of week. I know I closed QQQ. We are bouncing a little bit, obviously with the futures. We'll look at futures here in a second. Pretty ugly week. Again, really 1 for 5. Terrible. We had 1 SPY UOA and the GME, which was a high risk one. I don't know if you guys took it, but I did. But at the end of the day, these are the kind of weeks that do happen. The good news is that after a tough week, we usually bounce back with a vengeance. So I expect a very strong week this week. We have a full week this week. So again, nothing to really worry about in terms of holidays and stuff. It's the first week of December. December 1st starts on Wednesday. So let's keep that in mind. Okay, so again, kind of a rough week. We know the drill, a 1 for 5. We're going to have to just get over it and move forward. So let's take a look at futures right now. Dow futures up 182, was a lot higher. Was at nearly 202 points. NASDAQ is up about 1%, kind of hanging around there. The S&P up about 3/4, 1%. We're going to do some charting here in a second. Russell 2000 bouncing not as much as the S&P or the Dow, or the NASDAQ, excuse me. Crude oil is bouncing back, nearly up 5%, kind of sliding slightly. Let's take a look at gold is up 0.43%, silver is up 1% right now. Crypto is pushing. You can see Bitcoin is up. I'll take a look at a chart with you as well. So let's take a look at ES, E-mini futures first. I always like to start there. Let's take a look at it here. Really, the last support was right around 45.89. You could have easily said support here on the 1 hours right around 45.59. But again, 45.80 seemed about right. Again, that's where it seems to be our support. I had it a little closer to 45.90. So again, 10 handles less than that. Nice bounce. Again, futures starting to push a little bit. Again, I'm not convinced as of yet. Again, I'm bullish long term. You know this. But again, until we get to around 46.55, anything on SPY, I'm going to kind of hold back a little bit. So if you're playing at home, SPY 465 seems about right. 465.50 for calls. I want to break that level first. If we can get to around 46.55 again, you can see that was before the 2 p.m. dump on Friday that we had. So again, we were holding up. Looks like this was support here, and then we broke down. So I want to recapture that 46.55 before we do anything in terms of calls on SPY. If we start breaking down below 45.80, the last support, that's where you want to start doing some puts already down to 45.59. Definitely something. So let's go ahead and place an alert together right here. As you guys can see my screen. Again, 45.80 seems about right for us. We'll put 46.55 as our next leg up if we break that. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. Again, I'm a little more bullish on NASDAQ than I am on the S&P because of the rates and oil being a part of value. And that could definitely make a difference here. So here on the NASDAQ, I would say 16,312 for a break seems about right. We don't trade futures, obviously, on this group, so we're going to go with Qs. I want to go with Qs here right around 396.20 for an alert. If that does break, then I want to go ahead and target the 398s, possibly the 400s. So again, that's what I'm looking for. Next support is right around 388.10. If that does break down, again, we have the gap up. Again, you never know. Then we'll take a look at 388.10, and I would short down to 380, the next support. So again, you have S1, you have S2 right here, and you can kind of call this S1.5, but more than likely that would break down to 380. If we go ahead and bring up the daily on Qs, you can see we're not even close to any major moving averages. That just shows how strong the tech market has been. See 380 right there, that's your 50-day. The support level that we had was right around 380. So seems about right, that 50-day. If we bring up E-mini futures, same deal. 452, 45.21 is right on the 50-day. So that's exactly what we're looking for as a terms of support to short to. 45.80 breaks, I want to take a look at 45.21. So again, 458 break on SPY, I'm taking a look at 452s on SPY. Again, just take away the digit here. This last digit, just take that away and you got SPY. If you guys want to take a look at it, you can see the same thing. 452, basically 451.52 is your 50-day. So it seems about right. Again, it's not going to show exactly where we are. You do have the new bids here on SPY as it's now at 8 o'clock hour. 462.71 is your current mark. But on the daily, you're not going to show after hours movement on a SPY, only on futures. So let's keep that in mind. What I really want to focus on this week is really on the names that have been beaten down. So you could take a look at a lot of names here. XOP would be good to look at. NVIDIA will be good to look at. Apple will be okay to look at. Facebook will be good to look at. I definitely want to take a look at the semiconductors for sure. So let's take a look at those. Let's go ahead and expand this chart here. We'll go ahead and start with AMD. AMD has not been kind to us the last trade, but again, we can definitely see what we can do there. A break of 158.12. I'm definitely looking to see if we can get some calls, and I'll take a look at the 160s again for the week. We should gap up on AMD. If we don't, right here is your next support. If this breaks 150.45, then I want to start taking a look at puts right at 147.50 to 146.12. So those are the levels I'm looking for. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. Again, these are the relatively strong names that have been working out in the market the whole year. So again, these are the ones that are going to move. So again, a break here of around 327.82 on NVIDIA. I'll take a look at some calls, possibly target 335, 332 sort of names there. If we break the 50-day moving average here on the hourly, 310.87, then I'll start taking a look at some puts and probably target 300. That would be the ones I'm looking at. Let's take a look at Apple together. Again, a lot of tech I'm looking at. For tech, there is a gap to fill, so I want to take a look here at 159.24. That'll be the 100-day moving average. If that does break, I want to target this gap fill level of 162. So again, a $2 move seems about right, or about a $3 move. I like this setup on Apple a lot. If we do break down, here's your support, 156.62. Then we target the 50-day moving average here to 154.53. And again, even just to get back to the breakout level, you need to get down to 150. So not a bad level to look at. Let's take a look at Facebook, Metaverse. Not as sexy as the other charts here. Looks like support is coming down to around 327. Again, you can see kind of heavier here, kind of a double top sort of thing here. We did fill this gap overnight. So not as sexy as the other ones, obviously. But I'll place an alert at 327.92 for puts. For calls, it doesn't look that great. You need to get above 340.43. If that does break, then I would possibly do the 342s. Maybe not the 345. I'll do the 342.50s. That'd probably be the best one. I wouldn't want to go as far out as 342.50. 345, excuse me. It's just too out there. We won't have enough time. Boeing here has a gap to fill to the upside. So again, the level I want to see here is right around 201.03. That'll give us a nice level to take a look at. Again, you can see the settlement of this candle. If we can get above 201.03, I can take a look here and target 206.49 and possibly 210 depending on the volume that we get. So again, a lot of these gaps need to be filled. Usually 80% of the time they do fill. So again, a lot of this is just looking at gaps. Let's take a look at XOM, another gap to fill. And you can see the Fibonacci level of around 61, 67. That's a perfect level for what we want to do. So 61, 68, I'll target 63, that 200-day moving average. Doesn't have to be 63.47. 63 will be the gap fill. I want to take a look at that XOM if we have volume on that. Let's see what else has been moving that we can play. We took care of the big ones already. Microsoft, last one we'll do. Microsoft doesn't have any kind of gaps to fill that we need to see, but there's a big support level right around 326.46. I'm pretty much assuming that this is going to gap up with the rest of the S&P. So again, if we do want to play this, we need to get above the 50. If we get above the 50, 337.63, then I would target maybe the 340 calls. It's not as sexy as the other semiconductors and the other tech names that we've taken a look at that we've mentioned. So again, I have all my alerts up. Nick is going to work on the rest of the alerts for you as well on the PDF format. So let's take a look now at Forex Factory. I did explain what we're looking at in terms of the market for the economic news. Taking a look at here, we'll go to Forex Factory, we'll go to this week, go to apply settings, and you could see pending home sales, you could see Fed Chair Powell testifies. So again, home sales tomorrow at 10 a.m. Fed Chair Powell will speak as well. I'm not expecting much than we already know. We got some Fed members. We have Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen speaking. We have some PMI numbers. We have ADP numbers on Wednesday. That's the private payrolls. We also have ISM manufacturing PMI. We have services PMI as well, construction spending. We also have OPEC meetings on Thursday. We have some more FOMC chatter. And then Friday's the big day, which is non-farm payroll report. That's going to be Friday at 8:30 in the morning. Nothing has changed. We do that every first of the month, first Friday of the month. And that's what's going on here. Let's take a look at crypto together. Taking a look here at the 1 hour chart on Bitcoin. As you can tell, Bitcoin is definitely a risk-off trade, risk-on trade. For those who are taking a look for a little more risk on assets, I think Bitcoin does fit that bill. We need to get above 59,000 would be nice. My price target is still intact, 100,000 by the end of the year. We've got about a month to get there. Bitcoin has done some craziness. Why not? 69,025 is definitely the all-time high. We need to get above 59 to 60. If we can get above there, I think we can start rallying. We'll start at least getting to 75,000 within a couple of weeks and continue on moving forward. So that's my call on Bitcoin. Now you're probably saying to yourself, well, how do we play this, Carlos? For some reason, I like Mara. Mara seems to work out for me in terms of that. So let's kind of take a look at 57.27. You can see first thing I see with my eye is this consolidation here. A break above can get us around 65, which would get us back level. So a break of 57.27 seems about right for me. We'll take a look at RIDE as well. Another one-word consolidation here. So you want to get above 38.98. Again, with the assumption of a bullish Bitcoin and crypto. We'll go to Coinbase and take a look as well. Coinbase, the chart isn't as sexy as the RIDE or the Maras. So again, there's nothing really here to take a look at on Coinbase. If we take a look at the daily maybe, and even that, you have the 291, which is your 50-day. It doesn't look appealing at all unless you get a complete move to the upside. You do have pretty much a descending wedge here. But again, if we break out above it, I would say a break of around 315. We could start keeping an eye, but I wouldn't buy any calls. Maybe the 320s. And again, I think we're kind of reaching there. So that's where we are for the week. But again, it's a lot of gaps to fill this week. A lot. So again, feel free to take a look at this video more and more. Put the alerts on that I have. Nick will go ahead and send out that PDF for you guys so we can have some more alerts out for you guys. Let's make it a great week. Let's make up for last one. Last one we didn't do much, thankfully. But again, this week I believe we should be better. I expect jobs number to be very strong. And again, the seasonality of December being a Santa rally, what we usually get, I'm expecting that as well. All right, we'll leave it there, guys. Have a great rest of your day, evening. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for the morning note, and we'll see you then, guys. Cheers.